YouTube, what's good? Back with another video. Hey, today, first, don't mind the bonnet, Joe. Do not mind the bonnet. It's still morning. I'm on the way to work. I'm gonna take it off when I get there. All right. But today's video topic is: don't be afraid to take the L. Sometimes you gotta take the L, and it's all good. And the reason I say that because I was just driving, not today, but another day when I was talking to myself. And every time I believe I took a L or I decided to step away from something, everything turned out fine in the end. You know, a lot of times we don't want to take the L because of the front end fear of the unknown. Like, let's say you quit your job, you don't know when your next check is coming in, you don't know, how you gonna pay bills, where money's coming. You know, you start the fear of the unknown. It starts to eat at you, right? And that's a lot of what it is. It's the fear of, poverty and things like that. And like if you break up with your girl or whatever, the fear is she might find somebody better, or you might not find nobody ever again. Maybe you lost the love of your life or something like that. It's all fear, and I'm here to tell you, like, on the other side of it, you'll be fine. I promise you. You'll be completely fine. Sometimes you need to take that L to recalibrate and get you back in alignment, because sometimes you have that rose-colored glasses on, so you're not seeing everything clear, or you're just so stuck in seeing things from a certain level of a building that you don't know if you go to the top of the building, the view is completely different, right? For example, I've quit. I won't say quit. Quit's not a good word. Resigned from 2 positions, right? I've resigned from 2 positions. One was the post office, and when I was a supervisor at the plant, and then 2 was the the last job I used to have. I forgot. It was a warehouse job, whatever. But I resigned from the post office. 1, disrespect, not towards me, but just the environment was a disrespectful one. Majority ran by women. That's not the point, but I'm just trying to give you the split of personnel. So management, it was probably 85-15 men to women, and this is management, and then supervisory is probably like 95-5. Like with me being all of 5% of it, you know what I'm saying? But in there is just the energy, like the fucking. It wasn't a good space to be in. Like, everybody's institutionalized, everybody's dog eat dog, they'll talk behind your back, they'll cut your throat, they'll whatever to get to the next position. They don't care about the workers, they don't care about nothing. And me being an outsider coming into that, I have a different view, because I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm all about everybody getting to where they're trying to be. I feel like, I don't need to stab you in the back to get to where I'm going. I'm always gonna be good, you feel me? Because I'm just a real nigga like that. It don't matter to me. Like, this is just a job. Like, it's not it doesn't define me. Like, people care about the title but don't want the responsibility, and I don't rock like that. I'm all about, if I'm in charge of you, I'm all about you being, getting what you can get out of this, whatever. If you're trying to get to my spot, if you're trying to get to CEO, I don't care. Whatever you need me to do, if you never guidance you need from me, I got you. That's just how I carry things. But I left because the disrespect, the hating, and then just we wasn't getting the resources and help we needed to be successful in our department. So I stepped away. And don't get me wrong, that job paid great. That job paid amazingly. I ain't gonna hold you. I was making bread at that job. But I'm a firm believer that money's not everything, and money don't define me. Money don't make me. Money don't break me. So I'm all. If it don't sit right in my spirit, I'm not going for it. It's as simple as that. So I left that job, and I got another job probably a couple months later. It didn't pay as much, but at that time I just needed to pay bills too. I had people living with me, so I had people to take care of. Now that job was good initially, with the leadership I came in under was great. And then we had a regime change, and let me get to I left that job on Cinco de Mayo of 2023. I left it on Cinco de Mayo. Only reason I know it's Cinco de Mayo because I left that morning. I signed while we was getting ready, it's 3 a.m., 4 a.m., we getting ready to get off at 6. I signed the paper, the little resignation paper. As soon as the shift was over, I went in there and put it on her desk, and was like, I gave her my badge. It was like, I'm out. All right. I wasn't mad, wasn't upset, wasn't crying, wasn't angry, nothing. Just like, I'm out. Like, I appreciate y'all, but I'm out. Simple as that. And then I went to go drinking that night because it's Cinco de Mayo. That's the only reason I knew it was Cinco de Mayo. But the next job, it was cool. We started, my leadership was great. I still talk to Buddy to this day. But as the regime changed, probably like January of that year, things started switching up. Right? It started getting a little more micromanagement. It started being a little more annoying. It started being more eyeballs. It started being, you can't do this at work, X, Y, Z stuff. I'm all with that, right? But that wasn't the thing. I think I told this story where it's like I yawned one morning and he was like, stop yawning or something like that. And it's just like, in that moment, you know, you get to make a decision where I'm going to be a nigga or if I'm going to be professional. Like, it did in my spirit, it pissed me off. Like, slap, like, because as a man, that's ego. You know what I'm saying? That's my ego you attacking, right? Like telling me basically, shut up, boy, and get back to work. And I'm like, you know, I can't even be exhausted, right? But, you know, I played it smooth. I went and talked to the people I need to talk to and told them, look, I'm gonna be out of here soon, you know, just off of that. But I fuck with y'all, so I'm gonna make sure I get this situated for real. You know, because that's just a real nigga. I could have just left that same day, just like I did the last one. But, you know, it just, the disrespect. And then I left that job probably later. It was a little bit, probably a month and a half after that. Probably a month and a half after that. Because we had, I told him I'd help them finish a project. And I kept my word on that. So that's the only reason I left that late. But I left, and then I was down for a little bit. I had no job, I had no money coming in, nothing. Times was hard, stuff like that. But I'm always a firm believer. It's like, this is just a part. Like right now, I'm driving through a storm. I don't know if y'all can see this shit. You probably see it through the side mirror. But I'm driving through a storm, which is a perfect analogy right now. Because, you know, sometimes you go through that storm, that little down part, you know, things seem bleak, gloomy. You don't know if you're going to get to the other side or get to where you're going. But as I'm still in the storm, I'm still moving forward to get to where I'm headed. You know what I'm saying? There's always brightness on the other side of it. This shit not going to last forever. And there's always other opportunities, right? So that L that I thought I took, you know, it wasn't really an L. Y'all sit there and be like, it's a lesson. Yeah, it was that too, but it's also me not compromising myself as a man to, you know, form myself to whatever the fuck they thought it was supposed to be. Like, you're not just going to be disrespecting me just for disrespect reasons. Like, I'm not going to tolerate it. It don't even have to be a physical altercation, you know, out of it, but you're just not going to be talking to me no type of way, because I don't just talk to people no type of way, right? Respect is respect. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you respect regardless. You don't need to earn it. I'm going to give respect because I'm a respectful dude. But you're not going to disrespect me just because of your title or your rank or whatever, and whatever you think it is. I'm not going for that. Same thing in relationships. I'm not going to disrespect you. I'm not going to treat you bad, but I just want you to know that you're not going to try to do that with me. Right? I'm not going to sit here and act like I control my girl. I sit there or sit there and, you know, act like I run it, or just because I'm a man, you need to do this. No, I'm not doing all that. You know, respect is respect, but I don't want you to get there in your head that you think you can control me as well. And if it ever gets to that, you got to be able to take the L. Like, look, I might just have to step away from you. I might just have to step away from the girl that you love so dearly, so much, because it's not benefiting you and your peace and your mental state. You know, you might be fucked up about it. It might hurt a lot. You know, but you got to do that. These are the steps you got to take. And it's not, the pain you feel is not gonna last forever. It's not. It's not gonna last forever. It's temporary pain. How temporary it is, that's all on the progress you're trying to make in your own life. You know? So it could be 1 month, it could be 10 months, it could be forever. Who knows? I don't know how bad you love her. You know what I'm saying? But that L is gonna make you better if you allow it to. That's another thing. You gotta allow yourself the grace, you know, to feel the pain you're gonna feel, but also allow yourself to get the lesson out of it. Sometimes you get so emotional that you just like, woe is me, it's never gonna turn around, and you just defeat the purpose of even trying to take the lesson out of what you just went through, right? Shoot, even 50 Cent got shot 9 times and still went double platinum. Motherfucker still got up and went double platinum. If that ain't a good, you know, if that ain't a good role model to go by, I don't know what else to tell you. Got shot 9 times, came back, swole up, you know what I'm saying? Came up, cut like a bag of rocks, and dropped the best album of that year. Like, what are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? So, whatever L you think you taking, you can always bounce back from it. You can always come out on top. All right, so don't be afraid to take the L. Embrace it, you know. Make a calculated risk, take calculated risks, you know, and make a decision and stand on it. And just know, regardless of how it turns out, you'll be all right, right? If it doesn't kill you and it doesn't, you know, put you in danger or anything like that, then, you know, you can always get another chance to correct it, okay? But that's all I got for y'all, just babbling this morning on the way to work. And fucking damn near seemed like a hurricane. But that's all I got for y'all, yo. Until next time, it was Wolfgang Peak. It's Wolfgang Lifestyle. And I'm out.